guys. I'm Ryan Chergy. I'm from Bow, New Hampshire. I'm a business administration major, and I'm a senior here at Plymouth. Outline, I'm going to be talking about the evolution of personal selling, how intensified competition, improving sales productivity, fragmentation of traditional customer bases, customer standards, and specialized knowledge have changed. Just like sales have changed over time, you used to be able to tell time by a sundial, and now you use iPhone or even a wristwatch. Sales have changed dramatically as well. And one of the things that's changed over time is competition. It's very important to develop a long-term, trustworthy relationship with customers, create and deliver customer value, their needs and wants, and ask yourself what separates you from others competition-wise. Emphasize on improving productivity. This day and age is very important to be up to date with all the new technology, the apps on smartphones, everything that Google and Yahoo offers and whatnot. And Shmori, would you be kind enough to read this definition to the class?
The fusion of innovation, the process where new products, services, and ideas are distributed to the members of society.
Yeah, it's a big part of technology now. And fragmentation of traditional customer bases. There's a lot of sales specialists now. Sales channels, telemarketer, internet, and companies and salespeople are now more global than ever. Customers dictate sales terms. There's a lot of team selling now. And in a personal example for my work, I'm a vendor for Great State Beverages in the summer. And every Friday is our biggest load day. Like a truck drops off Snapple, shipyard beer and whatnot. And our sales representative will come to the store with me. And while I'm working the load, he'll talk to the store manager and say, like, my guy's here now working. The Coke load is still back. Can you give us the display? And he'll try to work deals on our next load and trying to get as much quantity in as possible for displays and whatnot to sell. And there's more emphasis on sales dialogues rather than sales pitch. Now knowledge is everything. Know your product, be confident, offer value, and set yourself apart. And a good example I thought of that, of setting yourself apart, is what Professor Nato was telling us last class, how he walked into a business and he had a suit and tie on. And he's like, I'm here to plow the driveway for snow. And he's like, can I see your business card? And he pulled out like an ace of spades or something. I thought that was a clever idea of having people remember you. And I thought it goes a long way to sticking with people. And in conclusion, build long-term relationships, deliver customers' needs, be up to date with technology, form a successful business plan, be available to customers, be the solution, not the problem. And who has my first question?
Do you have a question for the class by any chance?
I'm going to ask you guys, what you think, what you see in a good friend, what you want them to be trustworthy. I'm kind of answering it for you now, but in that, trustworthy, loyal, someone you can depend on, that's basically what you want in a good salesman, I feel, But, I don't know.
A way to ask that would be, okay guys, give me some characteristics that you'd like in a friend, or you'd like from a business partner. Obviously trustworthy would be right at the top, but have them spit the words back out to you. What do we have for feedback for Brian? What did you observe on his presentation? Go ahead, everybody. Give me some feedback. Give us some feedback.
A lot of information.
What else? A little too fast? Okay. Anything else?
Seemed pretty comfortable overall.
By the way, who's up next? So go ahead, blow yours up, Bradley. Let's have Brian stand up to the side. So first time up is always tough. You guys are doing it when you come up here for the time, right?
Yeah.
And so you presented a lot of good material. You also seemed, just like Colleen, very natural when you talked about work, right? So it's like, look at work, I saw this and that, the other thing, because he's telling a story, right? Versus trying to cover stuff on the class. Never turned back towards the thing, kept facing the audience. You're a tall guy, so sometimes when you look down, so it's a little more obvious. So you might want to put this stuff at an angle like we've got right there, and maybe back up a little bit. That would help a little bit more practice. There's one thing that he did 3 times that he said that you should use in a presentation. No, actually, that's for writing, but you're all right with that. It's a term that people say all the time. My brother-in-law does it all the time.
For PowerPoints?
Or anything, just like I'm talking, and what?
Yeah,
You know?
Close. What's the other one? So, what not? What not? What's that?
Whatnot?
Whatnot. Jason's got it. The whatnot. There were 3 whatnots. Now, whatnot is a little filler when you're up there, because it's like, you know, I'm a little, like my first time presenting. I've got to cover a lot of everything. 25 people staring at me. So it's okay in conversation with your friends to use whatnot. Making a business presentation, you don't want to use whatnot. You want to just avoid it. By the way, something else I saw that was good with one of the last 2 speakers. I didn't notice any ums. Or there might have been 1 or 2. So I only noticed it when there's several of them. So what happens is, sometimes when people need a little bit of filler, they'll say, or whatnot. And you're better off having a silent pause, taking a deep breath, looking at your note, having a bottle of water, taking a drink, thinking what you're going to say next, little fillers like that. But I thought you did well. Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
The year is young. Alright guys, what's going on everyone? I'm Brad Clark. I'm from Big Indian, New York, one of the smallest towns in New York there is. We are doing... It's not bright enough, okay. Anyway, we're doing Objective 3, which is the evolution of personal selling. What we're going to go over is sales professionalism. That's very big in this topic. And then they go through the evolution of what it is. And then there are a whole bunch of things that are right with it, and then there are a few things that are wrong. And after we go to that, we'll go into the questions. So, sales professionalism. Can I get someone to read? Jason.
Oh, yeah. Sales professionalism requires a customer-oriented sales approach that uses truthful, non-manipulative tactics to satisfy the long-term needs of both the customer and the selling firm.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's being honest with someone. You want them to trust you. You can't go manipulating them because they're not going to feel good about what they're going to. So, just continuing off that. And then the evolution. Yeah, I did the whole definition again. Sorry. So it's just with the increase of the business world, the expectations of the buyer, and the increasing level of competition, the level of sales professionalism needs to grow along with the rest. So the business is booming. You just need to keep it up with sales professionalism. You need to keep up with the business and the profession. So, in the chapter, there are a few things that it says that are right. There are like 6 things that it says that you need to have to make it a real profession, and it only covers 4. Being a salesperson, it only covers 4 of the topic 6. So, operating from substantial knowledge base. It says that it has to be developed by academics, corporate trainers, and executives, and also professional organizations. So it has that. Another one is making significant contribution to society. Salespeople contribute to the nation's economic growth in 2 ways. They act as a stimuli for economic transactions, and they further the fusion of innovation. And then there's 3rd, having a defined culture of organization of colleagues. So through the organization and through the sales vocabulary that can be found in textbooks and other materials, sales have been defined culture of organization of colleagues. So it's just kind of based off that again. And then set of professional skills kind of finds itself. You need to have a professionalism as you go through it. So there are a few things that are wrong. It just says the 2 things out of the 6 that were wrong. So amount of public trust granted to salespeople. A lot of people won't trust them because they're trying to manipulate you. So if you are professional with someone, it'll go a long way. And also, very few have no professional certification. So a lot of professional sales is just your personality. A lot of people are going to like you if you're your personality. So if you don't have it, or sorry, I trip over my words sometimes. So if there's no certificate, sorry. So there's no, damn it. Anyway, so the second one, there's adherence to a uniform ethical code. So as many companies have employee ethical codes of conduct, there's no code of ethics that deals with the violators. And until a code is made and accepted in the business world, members of society will not view sales as a true profession. And they want to have like an ethical code that if someone violates some rule, they're going to be dealt with in some certain way. So, who has my first question?
mentioned 4 of the 6 criteria, whatever.
Yeah.
What were the other 2 that weren't met?
The other 2 were the what's wrong.
Oh, okay.
So they have 4 of the 6 covered, and then the other 2 of these are just 2 that have to be worked on. Anyone else?
Okay, good. Nice job. All right, who's up next? Okay, step off to the side so the next person can load up. Let's give Bradley some feedback. What did you guys observe?
His opening was really strong.
Yes.
Good energy.
Good energy. High, yeah. It's like, this guy's into it. He's passionate and enthusiastic about what he has to say, right? Anything else? What else did you observe?
Spoke loud.
Spoke loud, yes, voice projected well, yep. How about speed of voice?
Yeah, one of the good plays.
Yeah. Sometimes got a little bit too far, a little too quick. And I'm thinking of Brian as well. Somebody said maybe spoke a little too fast. And look at me. I speak 1,000,000 miles an hour. I have to work at slowing down a little bit and being a little calm. Now, when you come up here, the adrenaline is what?
Really high.
It's way high. So he opened up with a lot of energy. Hey, how is everybody? How's it going? And he went right into the thing versus letting you guys, giving you an opportunity to say what? Great or thanks. So he asked you guys a question. You were all ready to go, pumped up, bam, and then boom, right into it. So pause a little bit and breathe to slow down a little bit. And then your words, a couple of times but you kept your composure. Some people fall flat. You just, I'll just go to the next thing. Because you got a little trouble. And that'll happen with me sometimes. My mind goes so fast. So you did lose it a little bit. However, I love the way that you did not let it impact you the rest of the way. That was good.
I was
Right.
gonna ask, like, is it, like, I noticed that, like, he messed up and he was like, oh, damn it, but, like, is it better to do that, or is it better to play it off as, like, you didn't make a mistake? I don't know.
I think being genuine is important. And I duffed that one. I'm human. I'm human. Ah! You know, and I follow with it, you know?
Okay.
I'm human, I'll go on to the next thing. The other thing, but so far, very enthusiastic, passionate, and that, I come across that way when I present because I believe in this. I know that you guys are gonna get jobs 6 months before you graduate, you're in demand, you're gonna help businesses solve problems, and they're gonna pay you 50 to 55 grand in your first year, and by year 4 or 5, you'll be making over $100,000 a year. I know that, and I'm passionate about it, and it comes across. So find something that you're passionate about, and in your presentations, and you'll come across as well. Nice job. Thank you.